I've been outside all this time saying it look like it's gonna rain, but it's not gonna rain. I'm not sure if it's gonna rain. I even came out here and watered everything. I just sat down and there's a sprinkle. But we're gonna push through this today again. So this is your weekly update of what's going on in the garden. There is so much going on. It's crazy how a couple of days of rain could just make my garden look like, wow, what is really going on? Did I say welcome back? How you doing? Welcome back. My name is Helen. I'm in Zone 9B. If you are new to the channel, I just finished filming a video on the Nama M1. It is on sale. You can use my code and get $70 off if you're interested. It's almost basically like the Black Friday sale, just about. So anyway, so a company reached out to me and asked me if I wanted solar lights. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. You know, that would be nice. And in the midst of it, I was like, just send me what you require. Like, you want like a little plug in? Just show them at night what you want. And baby, they came back with a list of things. We want you to say this. We want you to do this. We want you to put it here, do it there. I said, no, thank you. No, thank you. So yesterday, y'all, I'm sitting and I see like the Amazon guy come, and I'm thinking, I know they didn't ship me the stuff, and I told them no thank you. And so I had a whole attitude, no lie. Okay, where is it? Here it is. So I said, I let the box sit there for about a good day. I opened a box this morning. Girl, this ain't from Amazon. It says, you know how we do. I'm so excited about the garden this year. It is already looking fabulous. Love you, sis. Enjoy your gift from Angela C. First of all, girl, this is a gift. I'm so grateful. Baby, I'll tell you, my mouth was like, that's what you get. That's what you get for having that attitude. Let me show y'all what she sent us for the garden. It's us, because we family, right? It's our garden, honey. Got a box of lights, and these are the lights that were on my wish list. So for those who are new, I have an Amazon wish list, and basically what I do is sometimes I'll watch a video, or I'll be in the garden and I realize like, man, I need one of these. If I don't really have money for it right now, let me just throw it on my Amazon list. So you know how some people have sticky notes all over the house, or they have like a running list of things? I don't do that. I go online on Amazon, right? And I go through all the reviews. And I go through like the comments, I read stuff, and then I put that one in the basket. And then at the end of the day, you go back, or not the basket, but the wish list. When I'm ready and I say, okay, it's time for me to go and get this, I don't have to do nothing but add to the basket and buy, check out. Because I already did the work. Because I'm going to research everything. Y'all know me, I look at comments. I look at pictures. So if you are one of those people and they ask you to rate your purchase on Amazon, I'm one of the people that's reading it. Okay, so this one says, yeah, see, that's what people were saying. This had a good customer support, like if you had any problems. So these are solar pathway lights. So we're going to put these out. So when this video goes up tomorrow, because tomorrow, child, I can't be out here tomorrow. I got to film a day in advance for y'all. Y'all can see what it looks like at night tonight, because I'm going to put these out. So what are the difference in these and like the ones that like Walmart or whatever? I'm going to show y'all. Because they were saying that these had, the material was a little bit heavier. I said, okay. So let's put these. So it already has like the little tab in it for your little solar situation. Put these on. Take these off right here. We're not gonna do all these because we still got a whole garden to walk through. I just want to show y'all what was sent, and then the stake. But the thing about these is how they light up. So it's not just like a regular light. You can see these little indentions right here. So it's gonna look like a pattern around over there by flower bed. Y'all not ready? Oh, but you know what? What if we don't get enough sun today? What if we don't? Well, I'll be. That's all right. All right, so I'll put these together and I'll put these out and y'all will see these. Oh my goodness, I've always wanted these. I swear I thought that was this company. So we have two sets. We're gonna put one in the front, one in the back. Now the thing about the front, y'all can't see that till around Mother's Day, okay? There's something going on on Mother's Day. Baby, we got curb appeal going on, okay? And shoot, by then, I'm thinking it's probably really gonna look good. It's probably gonna spread out a little bit. Yeah, I just watered that area too. And when I say it's sprinkling, it's sprinkling. Okay, last but not least. Oh my God, I don't even know where I'm put them. I'm so like, I was supposed to order these things on Amazon where they're like little poles, like the poles like you have for your, like my wind spinner, but they have these hooks and then you can hook your lights to them. That's what I was supposed to order. So if I don't find a way to hang these tonight, I might order those. But I've always wanted these cute bubble outdoor lights without having to plug it in. My plug back here is horrible, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with that plug. We got treated for termites not too long ago. And so I think, you know, honestly, so this one has the solar light. And I'll see what I can hang up. If I can't do it all tonight, then we'll make sure on one of these upcoming videos this week, y'all see it. So this is the size of the bulb. So if you were interested, you'll know this is the size. Because online, they look so much bigger. How many feet is this? I'll put it on the screen. Oh, wow. I can be indoors. Do you hear me? Remote. Y'all don't know. I'm about to be fancy out here. Come with a bunch of these. So if you want to twisty tie it to something. Oh, that's nice of them. I didn't know it came with all that. An extra light just in case. I think they're shatterproof. So yeah, and this is a really nice, good. You stick this in the ground. Yep. So we have the bigger box and then the smaller box. All right, so grateful. Thank you so much, Angela, for sending those for us. I appreciate it, baby. Let me tell you, I'm inviting some friends over to hang in the garden. When that time comes around, I'll show you a little bit more. But that's gonna be nice, okay? So now it's finna rain for real. All right, I am mic'd up. Hopefully y'all can hear me. And we're going to start here on this side. This is my flower garden. So the one thing about my flower garden this year, I wanted to make sure I had several different pollinators, whether it was marigolds, nasturtiums, zinnias. I even planted seeds for asters. I planted seeds for bachelor button, as well as, let me think, what else is over here? There are some perennial flowers from last year that are definitely coming back. They're invading the space. So I've been trying to keep up on weed eating this area. It's just been hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of weeds over here, but eventually I'm getting to them. I even have some clover over here. I feel may take over. I'm trying to stop it from it, but I know it's going to help my soil and be improved for like the next season of gardening. So let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. This, my darlings, is all of my containers that I'm absolutely obsessed with. Not all, but most, right? So we have Greenstalks over here. We have our project planter, which is coming along. I think this is project 2 planter. We also have our elevated raised bed, which is from Vego Garden. I'm gonna go ahead and take the net off of here so we can go ahead and kind of like browse through and see what's growing over here. There is quite a bit growing. I have it clipped on, I forgot. I actually had to put some BT over here recently, but you ought to see that in a minute. Let's just take this off just for a minute. I see some flowers over here too that we might need to hand pollinate. Not quite yet. All right, so this right here is the Project 2 planter. It was gifted to me a couple years ago, and I love it. It's a really cool planter. I think it has like 50 pockets. Basically for, I say like a smaller root plant, but I have found out through the Facebook group that you can grow quite bit large plants in this thing. So it's pretty cool. I have zinnias, basil, a couple of tomatoes in here. I have some the purple flowers, my mind's borage. I also have sweet potato slips I put in here. So I'm going to try out as many plants as I can to see what does well in here. That way going forward, I know what to plant in here. I think in the past I was kind of like playing it safe. We not playing it safe no more. We doing what we got to do to grow some food. All right, so we're gonna move over here to the Greenstalk section, and y'all, they are flourishing. They are growing so well. So in my Greenstalks, I have anywhere between chard, I have tomatoes growing, I have onions growing, flowers, of course, peppers, and a bunch of greens. Yeah, I even have carrots and beans. So let me show you. Ran inside, got a mosquito spray. This is the one we've been using. It's supposed to be safe on dogs, but I'm going to order the Skin So Soft because, honey, I have just gotten eaten up like crazy out here just now. So anyway, this is one of my favorite areas of the garden. I'm not gonna lie. I am not a huge fan of grow bags, but it looks so good right here. I wanted to grow in grow bags this year to show like the new gardeners, like, you know, growing tomatoes and growing peppers and just, you know, in a grow bag in zone 9B where it's hot. Okay. And yeah, I think what's helping me with this is the actual material that's underneath. And if you remember in the past, I would buy those. I have them. They're just not out yet. I'm going to use them when it gets really hot. But those are my trays. Let me grab one. So I get these during crawfish season at Academy. I probably need to pick up a few more. And I put these underneath the bag. So when you're watering, the water will go here instead of just seeping out and going away. It kind of helps the bottom of the bag stay moist a little bit longer. They still will dry out, but not as bad. And yeah, they're food grade safe because they are for, what do you call these? For crawfish. I don't eat that, but the Christopher loves it. But anyway, so I put them underneath there, or I just get the trays that go at the bottom of like the pots or whatever, like a regular pot tray. Not the clear plastic ones, but like the actual heavier tray. All right, so the watering tray is what they call them. So I have a Greenstalk here. It's only 3 tiers, but it's flourishing as if it was 10 tiers. I mean, it's huge. It has cucumbers, tomatoes, it has calendula, and it has lemon balm. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this planter. It looks so good. I need to get out here and stay on top of the flowering. I need to start clipping it back too. So I'll do that this weekend when I harvest a bunch of herbs. And then another grow bag of cucumbers. I'm expecting to get a trellis. And I'm going to try to move some of this stuff around because I feel like there's a lot going on right here. Just to open up just a little bit. But these are my tomatoes, my peppers, and some tomatillos that's in this area. So that's what's going on over here. Now, moving to this area, this is actually my orchard area. That's the word I have a hard time saying. And I realized on that last video, I did call this a kumquat. It's a loquat, y'all. It's a loquat. That's the plant that I picked up not too long ago from the nursery that just was sitting there. And I was like, is this the right price? $19? So it was the right price. So I picked it up. So we have a loquat. We have a, I think it's pink lemonade. It might be Mars. I don't know. I never got lemon from it, so child, I don't know. Yeah, that plant. And then we have 2 persimmons, but the leaves look so different. So I'm wondering if one is really an apple and not a persimmon, because I actually tossed one of the trees thinking it was dead, and y'all, it wasn't dead. We also have a nectarine. We have some, what is this called? That is goji berry. We have goji berry. We have a pear tree here that doesn't look so great, but it is what it is. And then the other tree, which I don't know. I want to say this is the persimmon for sure. I need to do a picture to see what it looks like. The other one doesn't look so great, but I know at one point it bloomed flowers and someone told me it was a mill tree. And I was like, well, what am I going to keep a mill tree for? So we'll see what happens this year and go from there. We also have some turmeric that's shooting up. I don't know if this is turmeric or ginger in this grow bag right here. We'll see what happens. And then, yeah, so this is my orchard area. Now, in the middle of my orchard area, I'm expecting to have sweet potato vines, like vining. That's why I've been dumping the old grass. Every time I cut grass, kind of dump it there to create a pile so my sweet potato leaves have somewhere to go. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to harvest those leaves this year and actually eat those leaves this year. It's crazy. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Now over here is another Greenstalk. It's just kind of over here by itself. I don't know why it's attracting so many ladybugs. I think it's because of the color. Not ladybugs. I keep saying that. Love bugs, love bugs. But this one is actually full of peppers. So what I did was I dropped a bunch of pepper seeds into my trays, had them underneath the light for a while in the house, and I decided to bring them out so that they can get a little light. What is that? Now that is weird. What is that? Oh my God, I don't know what that is. What is that? Oh, gross. You're squeamish like me, just don't look. I'll tell you when you can look, okay? If you're not squeamish and you don't mind seeing what's going on. Oh my God, it's the biggest mushroom ever. Why does this mushroom almost look like a oyster mushroom? Why? Why are you on my flower? Ugh. Wow, that is huge. That's a huge fungus. What? I've never seen nothing like this before. I have never seen anything like this before. Hold on, don't look yet. There's another piece in here. Evidently, it's too much rain and too much humidity. Or this flower produces this if it gets too much or something, because I've never seen this before. Girl, I didn't know what that was. Not gonna lie. Didn't know what that was. Kind of had me on the, I'm about to dump this whole container thing for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna do a screenshot and ask one of them chats what it is. Let me see something. Let me make sure it ain't growing over here. No. Okay, everything looks fine here. What was that? Okay, well, it's gone now. Won't be watering this for a while because evidently it's had way too much water. Okay, now you can look. Okay, it's gone. All right. Back to what I was saying. All right, so this particular Greenstalk has peppers in it and a few tomatoes from me cutting the tomatoes from the suckers and rooting them in water, right, and having some roots. So what I did was I brought the tray outside. They was like really little, and I was like, oh, I'll just turn that light off in there. I'll let them sit outside, and they'll get bigger outside, right? It's starting to get hot out here. Well, let me tell you, the wind came and knocked all that over. And so I had to pick them up and started putting them back in the pot. So I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to plop them in here. And look how good they look. They look really, really good. And they're still young enough where I can pinch them back if need be. They have marigolds popping up in here. Now, the marigolds are all from seed as well. These are just from some marigolds I grew last year. At the end of the year, I pinched the heads off. Kind of like move the seeds out the heads. This regular marigold seeds, and then I just popped them in here, and I figured they popped up, but this one actually is having too much water. When it comes to Vego Garden, I absolutely am obsessed with their self-watering planters. So Vego Garden has this thing called the Easy Cube. They also had a food cube, which is quite more expensive, but this is more, I think, apartment friendly, back patio, kitchen gardening type of situation. Say those who live in like small apartments with like small patios, but they want to grow quite a bit of food and they want their food protected. I think this is perfect. So let me open it up and let me show y'all what it looks like. A lot of y'all already know what it looks like, so let me show you what's growing. You're gonna be amazed. So I've had this one for a couple years now. Obsessed, absolutely love it. I would love to have another one. I keep saying that over and over. It's one of my favorite planters. I just love the fact that it's so much in one. Not only is it self-watering, a nice deep depth of soil level, which I can fill it up with more soil. I like that I can grow things in here and they be protected from the net, so I don't have to worry about bugs and all that. And last year we did like a little experiment where I had a bunch of peppers growing, and then I took this whole thing off just to see the net, what would happen. And next day had what is it in the veins of the leaf, I can't think, my mind's blank. I had that going on like overnight, so I know this is a good protector for my plants. Now, the one thing that is kind of like is the fact that I do have to open this up and either let it air out and let some beneficial insects in, or I need to make sure I'm hand pollinating when it comes to stuff like zucchini, squash, or whatever. So this year I'm growing squash balls in here and a vining squash. Y'all see how gorgeous this is? The leaves are gorgeous. So I only put basically 3 large plants in here. We do have onions. We do have borage in here that I don't think is going to survive, but just because of everything else is in here. And borage needs like just as the same amount of space as this does. So yeah, this should be really interesting this year. So I'm gonna move some of this around and make sure it's climbing up the trellis like it's supposed to be. Yeah. So let me know what you think. There's a little bit of radish left in here too, but the structure, the trellis in here, everything is just perfect. And so I've had this for a couple of years. It has weathered through wind, rain, a little bit of snow. We've had ice storms, and yeah, it's not going anywhere. I love it. It's been moved around the garden, okay, but I think it's in the perfect spot this year. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Super excited about this area. This is going to be my area where my grapes are growing. I looked up on some cheap wood, $5 worth of wood on clearance. I guess they call it scrap wood when people don't want it because it's not cut correctly or something. I don't know. I took the 8-foot poles, I had them cut them to 6, and I took the extra 2 and just made like a faux ladder out of them. Zip tied that thing and called it a day. Well, I screwed it. I kind of zip tied it to the fence so it wouldn't move, the big post of the fence. And that way, if a wind came, didn't really have to worry about it too much because it's on the fence and it's this way. I'm not putting it on that back fence no more. Or over there. I've had too many things with the weirdest storm getting knocked over. And I think it's just the way the wind goes when we get storms. So this, my darlings, is my grape plant. I did go to Dollar Tree today, see if they had those little net bags. I need to look at my garage and see if it's any in there too, but I want to go ahead and put the nets around the grapes. I wasn't going to do that because really and truly, I don't mind the birds coming to get some. I don't want them to get all, but yeah, I will see. I just need to make sure I'm helping it climb up this trellis that I've made for it, and then we should have quite a few clusters of grapes this year. I don't know if as it climbs it gets more clusters. I don't really know how that works. I need to do more research. It's my first year doing grapes, and if you know me, I like to research, read, maybe watch a few videos to see how other people are growing grapes in their climate, and then I like to experiment. What's going, what works for me and mine, because once again, even though I'm in zone 9B, we all still have different climates. In my backyard, there's no shade. There's no shade. I'm going to, against a fence where it won't get like this crosswind. So who knows? I don't know. I can still see the leaves move a little bit, so it's getting some type of wind. This is a pear tree. It's in the ground. This will be its 3rd year in the ground. I don't remember. Maybe 1, 2, 3, third season, 3rd year. Yeah. And I had to cut it because it gets really tall. I've been trying to keep it like, at a certain length. I don't want to cut it now because I feel like it's now getting its leaves back and doing its thing. But I did cut it quite aggressively at the end of the season last year. And so we'll just see how it goes. But this is a pear tree. We only got like 2 pears off of it. And then we had a bird nest inside. So yeah. This is my food cube from Vego Garden. I am so obsessed with this. Let me tell y'all what happened. A couple years ago, 3, 4 years ago, I don't know, it's been a long time since I had this. I got an email from a company, and I was like, who is this company? I never even heard of this company before. And it was like, can we work with you? We want to send your product. Go look on our website and tell us what you think you want to try. So I go on the website and I'm thinking, what is that? I see this guy, he has all these big, huge, they're like bathroom tubs, but they're black and they're full of food. And I'm like, what is that? So I go on to YouTube and I see one video. It's a lady in her backyard and it's one of the guys from the company setting up the thing, like showing how to set up, basically setting up for her. And I was like, I want that. I don't care if nobody has it, nobody's ever seen it. I want it. I want to try it. It's something different. And I think this is a lifetime product that reminds you of like when you hear things like KitchenAid, Nama, stuff that's going to last a long time, right? The 10 plus 20 year products, right? And I'm thinking this has got to be something I try. So they send me one. And I'm excited. I open the box. I pull it out and I'm like, oh, this is it. I can grow a lot of food in this. Me and Christopher can sit in this thing. That's how big it is, right? And then the next day, another box comes and I'm like, whoa, they sent me 2? Now, mind you, I had already set one up outside in the backyard. I'm filming, I'm excited. And I'm like, I get 2? So, okay, But then I find out it's not only two, but they can connect together. So the water can flow back and forth between the two at the bottom. Now, granted, at the end of the season, you're supposed to kind of like empty out the water and kind of turn the knob where the water empties out and refill it. I swear to y'all, besides the rain filling this up, me watering the top part, I may have filled this up. I don't know, in the last couple of years, I would say like maybe two times a year. I don't know, I barely put water in this. I barely. It literally holds the water, and then there's soil on top. So it's not like the water's going to dissipate quickly because the soil is blocking the sun, blocking the heat, and this thing is so thick. Like, that's crazy. So anyway, this is not for everyone though. I'm obsessed with it, and everything I've ever dropped in this thing has grown. Humongous, huge. It's because it literally wicks up through the soil, and the roots are going to it. It's almost like hydroponics outside. Over here we have lemon cucumbers, which are growing. Super excited about that. We might have one we can harvest together. It doesn't like, not quite, but almost. And then we have a bunch of tomatoes. So I was just saying the other day on a short that my Hawaiian tomatoes haven't started doing anything for me. Baby, they doing it. I didn't know they were going to be that small though. So it's really, I don't know, unique to see. Super excited about it. And actually I'm saying small, but is this a, oh no, this is another tomato. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Now what I have learned so far this year is that when it comes to the terracotta tomato, hands down, baby, let me tell you, I think that's my favorite tomato. That thing is good. Like if I could produce a bunch and it die back and they never come back again, I'm fine with it. Like at the end of the day, I grabbed so many suckers off this plant to replant plants. Hopefully, I thought in my Greenstalks, but as you see, they get so freaking big, that might not work. But those tomatoes are delicious. They don't have that thick texture of a meaty tomato. They just taste really good. I don't know how to describe it. My mouth is watering. Okay. But anyway, we have some growing. We have some peppers in here. The peppers are looking amazing. I can show you one pepper that I'm having an issue with here and there. But for the most part, as you see, this is what I'm talking about. This right here is annoying. But for the most part, I come out here every day, if not even 5 minutes, just to touch, see, look underneath the leaves and see what's going on. So we do have onions. We have basil. I think we have like holly basil. We have our regular sweet basil, our cinnamon basil. And then we also have marigolds. Now I did say I was going to pick up some more marigolds and put in the garden around in all these pockets with my peppers, and I'll be doing that. I need to go pick up another tray. I think this is for people who maybe even grow and sell. You know what I'm saying? I've seen like videos, not videos, but pictures where people have on Google, where people have lined them up. And it's like companies that's using this. And I was just super excited. It could be so much more growing in here because of how deep the root is. But yeah, super excited. That's all I want to say. Heading over to Miss Peaches. This is my peach tree. Oh, baby, she's been through a lot with me. She has produced a ton of peaches. I think this is her year of rest, to be honest. I see pictures on here, but I don't see a lot. I think she dropped a lot. I cut her aggressively last year, and I know a lot of people are like, why would you cut her like that? I knew she would grow more stems outward. I really wanted to cut all that off, but the reason why I left the right side still on and cut the left is because we had a horrible storm last year. Was it last year or year before? Year before? I don't remember now. Has it been over a year? I don't remember. And she was leaning forward coming out the ground. And we could not push her back. We used the chains, that thing that you hook and you go crank, the 18-wheelers use when they crank up the straps. I could not get her to stand up. So I threw a bunch of soil on top of her and left her leaning. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give her some relief. I'm going to cut off this side. So hopefully that side gets so heavy, she auto-corrects herself a little bit. And she has in so much. Like, she's not leaning as much as she was. So, yeah, I do see peaches coming. I don't see as nowhere near as many. Like last year, I was giving them away. We had so many. So it's just interesting to see her come back year after year. But at the end of the season, I'm cutting all this. I'm going to graft it if I can. Like I told you, I'm going to make a baby tree from her this year for sure. But we're cutting all that down. All right, so we're going to get into this Greenstalk. So what I did was I did take off one of the sunflowers. because it was dying back and it was not producing like the second heads that they often do sometimes. So I went ahead and pulled it out and put one of the flowers in that I recently purchased. I went to Lowe's and got a really good deal, 75% off all their Super Cal petunias. And I just put it in there. That's all I did. So we did that and filled in a few spots. I did harvest a few strawberries on yesterday. There wasn't a lot because these are June bearing. The calendula is crazy. Every day I'm out here and I'm getting calendula. I'm thinking I might get a infuser, where you put your herbs with your oils and just do an infusion instead of waiting months and months. I think I'm just going to get one of those machines because I'm ready to start making salves. And you're supposed to get these in the morning. I got a ton this morning. None of these were open. All these were closed after I got the ones from this morning. But yeah. So yeah, it looks really good. I can't complain. This is like my first time having yellow nasturtiums. I always get like these pink ones or red. So I don't know if this the true color is coming off on the screen. I hope so. But yeah, I got some yellow nasturtiums this time and a bunch of like pinks and stuff like that. I did trim up the nasturtiums a little bit because they were so full. I did trim back some of the calendula. I'm going to tell you this. I honestly think before it gets too hot, before the season is over with, I'm probably going to have about a half a gallon of calendula. I come out here every day, y'all, and harvest calendula. It's crazy. I'm so glad that I was able to put it in this container. So yeah, it's growing. We also have some of these nasturtiums. These are the other colors that are growing. Well, it looks like I can't use that bug spray. I don't know if you can see that. I'm breaking out all over. Y'all know I don't take medicine, so I'm going to have to just wash that off. All right, and deal with the breakout. It's all good. I'm just building up my immune system. So the strawberries are sitting here and everything's just so soaking wet. All right, moving on. This is the Landguard, and this is from Landguard, and this is a really nice container. I think this is perfect for your front porch. I recently said on the video that y'all see around Mother's Day that I would like one like this or another one of the Vego Garden ones in the front. This one's about almost half the price of it's not half the price. It's less than though the Vego Garden elevated raised bed. I think it's still a really good height if you want a garden in here with its flowers or food. I think we should be growing food in the front yard, not only in the back. But this has carrots, nasturtiums. It also has I just threw these flowers in here. It has some beets popping up, and this is pineapple sage. I'm obsessed with this. Now, my stevia is starting to flower. I don't know why. So I need to get out here and start picking some of these flowers off of this stevia, and maybe even just harvesting some. But I'll be drying a ton of herbs on Sunday, so maybe you'll see a few shorts on that.